Hello. In today's video, I'm going to teach you some amazing information about your cervix, how you can locate it yourself, and how to unlock more pleasure in your cervix. I do recommend watching this video all the way through once before doing any self-exploration so you're really well informed. So let me give you the 101 on the cervix. First off, the cervix is part of the uterus. It's the neck of the uterus, and it's a sphincter muscle. It has this ability to open and close. It opens largely during childbirth, but across a menstrual cycle, it opens and closes ever so slightly. And across a menstrual cycle as well, the cervix actually raises and lowers slightly in the vaginal canal in response to the reproductive hormones. So at certain times throughout your cycle, it's actually easier to reach and touch your cervix because it is lower in the vaginal canal. Now, our cervix is here for far more than just reproductive functioning. It is here for our orgasmic pleasure and enjoyment. And it's also this root part of us. It's this energy center in us. It's the portal between our inner and outer worlds. It's part of our root chakra, essentially. Now, general knowledge about the cervix is sadly misunderstood. Many medical textbooks and references fail to accurately represent the cervix and its many nerves. So many people go on believing that the cervix is this organ that's incapable of pleasure and it's just numb and can't feel sensation, and that's just not true. The cervix actually has three main nerves. It has the pelvic nerve, the vagus nerve, and the hypogastric nerve. And if there are nerves present, that means pleasure and sensation has the opportunity to be present as well. Nerves equal sensation. So it's possible to feel sensation and therefore pleasure in the cervix, yet the cervix is a really untapped area of the body. Most of you have probably never touched or seen your cervix, and that is the first step right there. So now I'm going to teach you how you can reach, discover, and touch your own cervix. So I recommend you want to shorten your torso. That helps to bring your cervix closer to your finger so it's easier to reach. So one way to do that is to squat down. Another way is to put your foot up on a chair or a bench or a stool, just one leg up. And then you want to take your longest finger and insert it very slowly into your vaginal opening. And I want you to do this with breath and with intention, and make sure that your body is actually open and receptive to your penetration in the moment, and don't just push in your body willingly and like your mind willing this thing to happen. Really breathe and allow your body to accept your finger. So as you're pushing your finger upwards, you want to reach up until you feel a small protrusion somewhere. And many medical textbooks show that the cervix is just straight up from the vaginal canal, and yours might be. However, if you're not feeling a protrusion up there, feel the different sides, reach around to the sides, because sometimes a uterus can be tilted. The uterus is flowing freely in the abdominal cavity, and it has the potential to be floating from one side to the next, and that impacts the location of the cervix. So feel around the walls of your vagina as well and try to find that protrusion. And when you feel it, it might feel hard like the tip of your nose, or slightly softer like your earlobe. And it's going to be round in shape, and it's going to have a tiny little hole in the middle. So to know if you're truly on it, you just kind of want to trace around the edge. And if you're tracing a circle and then you go into the center of that circle and you feel a tiny little hole, that's your cervix. Greet her, greet it, say hello, and congratulate yourself for being open and willing to develop this relationship with your cervix and with your body, and just take a moment to breathe and send a lot of love to your cervix. Now, if this is feeling awkward and wonky, that's totally how it is the first 20 times you might do this. So have a lot of patience with yourself and know that this is the beginning of an exploration, and just keep coming back to this practice and it will get easier and feel more seamless in the process. Now, another last little tip to make it easier is that the best times to reach for your cervix are when it's lowest in the vaginal canal. And that's happening right after you stop bleeding those first 5 days, and then about a week before you begin bleeding again. So you can check during those times as well, and you might not have to reach up as far. You can also check at ovulation. You can check your cervix at any time, but your cervix will be a little bit higher there. So when it comes to orgasmic pleasure and potential in your cervix, remember how I said that the cervix is part of the root chakra? The root chakra represents stability, safety, security, connection. So if some of those needs are not being met, either you've experienced trauma in your life, or you're in an unsafe relationship, or your home environment's not stable, or you simply just haven't connected to this part of your body, your cervix can feel that and respond to it by either tightening or clenching, armoring itself, becoming numb, etc. So if when you touched your cervix, there was very little sensation or it felt numb, do not think that your cervical nerves are damaged or there's something wrong with you. This is just your body's natural coping mechanism to protect itself. So rather just think that those nerves are kind of like asleep and they need to be reawoken. And there are ways to wake them up and create more safety and to actually create more neural pathways so that you can experience more sensation and pleasure and orgasm in your cervix. So that is all in the next video. There's some great exercises to help de-armor your cervix. I hope you do check it out. If you like this video, please do like and subscribe to this channel so more people like you can find this information. And thank you for watching.